Hello there, biology students. Welcome to the video that's going to run through the assignments you have for week 12. We are coming down to the last two units here. We're going to finish up our unit on variation. We got a short quiz this week, and then we're going to start in on genetics. And then after genetics, we're going to talk about evolution and natural selection. And then that's pretty much our year. We're looking at about 8 weeks left. So stay on top of your work. Remember, you can retake quizzes if you don't get a score that you'd like, but you can't retake something you never took in the first place. So if you haven't taken certain quizzes, they're going to sit as Fs until you get them taken. Okay, so make sure you get that stuff done. All right, let's jump into what you got going on with the work for the week. Okay, so we're in week 12. We're going to start in on genetics, but that'll be the second half of the week. So some things to take before that. Last week, we learned about DNA mutations. So I have a worksheet that's going to kind of practice that a little bit. Let me say that in here, there's a video that goes over the stuff we talked about last week. It's pretty similar to the notes, although this video is from a year ago, so it might look a little different. But same basic concept with DNA mutations. And you're gonna need to know how to do that for this. So you got two options here with the worksheet. You can download this PDF file and then just actually like print it out and do the work on top of it. Or you can copy this on a piece of paper, which I'll show you how to do in class on Monday and Tuesday. But here's basically what you got. You get an original DNA sequence, just like we did last week, although this one's a little bit longer. And first you have to turn this into mRNA and then the protein sequence. So you got to do that right in this space right here. We'll probably do that together in class. And then I give you 3 different mutated sequences. Okay, so here's the mutated sequence compared to the original. So the first thing it asks you is, what type of mutation is this? Is it a substitution? Is it a deletion? Or is it an insertion? So you gotta look at the code. TAC, TAC, TGC, TGC. So far, nothing's changed. CCA, CCA, TTT, TTC. Okay, so let me look. Where did that extra C come from? Well, this is still CAA, this is CAA, this is CTC, this is CTC, this is ACT, this is ACT. So everything else is the same, except this goes TTT and this goes TTC. So I'm thinking that that T got turned into a C and everything else stayed the same. So that would be a substitution. So then I go through, I use my mutated sequence, I turn it into RNA, should know how to do that. And then I use the RNA to find the proteins. And you're like, well, don't I need a genetic code for that? Yes, you do. That's why I put it right down here. So it's there for you. And then this is the new part. Okay, it's type of change. So what I want you to do is the protein that you found out from the original sequence, you should have it right here. Compare it to the protein you now have for the mutation. How does this protein compare to this protein? And did it make a change? If it's no change, if this and this are the same thing, then you would say no change. Nothing really changed. If maybe like one amino acid changed or just 2 amino acids changed, that would be minor. That's a minor change. If like more than half the protein is different, that would be a major change. Okay, so based on this protein compared to the protein you got from the original sequence, would you consider it no change, a minor change, or a major change? And then you're going to do that 2 more times with a new mutated sequence compared to the original, and a third mutated sequence compared to the original. Okay. When you are done with that, there is should move this down a little bit. I gotta move it down a little bit. There's one question I have that goes along with this assignment. It says, make a claim. Which would cause the protein to be changed more, a substitution or deletion? So which one's gonna screw up the protein more? And it says, use the evidence from your notes or from this practice sheet. So you can go back and look at your notes from last week, or you can just look at what you have up here. And I want you to explain why you think a substitution causes a bigger change or why a deletion causes a bigger change. So you're going to write me a couple sentences on that one. Back it up with evidence. Don't just say something. Tell me why. Give me reason. Okay, that's one assignment. After you finish that, you should be ready to go with a Jupyter quiz. We have a Jupyter quiz, not on cell cycle mitosis. I am sorry, that needs to be changed. It is on variation, which we've been talking about since before spring break a little bit. Meiosis, which we talked about last week and a little bit before spring break. And then DNA mutations, which we definitely talked about last week. All that stuff is on a Jupyter quiz. I believe there's 13 questions. So take your notes, be ready to take that quiz so that you're ready to go. And then it's in Jupyter already, ready for you once you're ready to take it. Don't skip it though, because it's going to count as an F unless you take it. Okay, so use your notes from not only week 10, but from also from week 11. So both weeks. All right. And then the third thing we're going to do, and we'll do this on Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to start learning about genetics. I'll put a copy of the notes here when we do that. So 3 things you got to get done this week. You have a worksheet on DNA mutations. That's one assignment. You have a Jupyter quiz that's already in Jupyter. Take it when you are ready. And then we'll take some notes on Wednesday and Thursday to get started on genetics. Okay, so those are the 3 things you got going on for this week. I will see you all in class during the period that you have my class. Make sure you show up on time because we got to get started right away. Okay, so I'll see you all then. Again, Fridays are check-in days. I'm there to answer any questions, help anybody out with anything you need. You get the whole class period to get help. So just let me know and I'll see you all in class. Have a good one.